Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir sponsor Nishma Sam Yapashon Nabas Yitzchok. We're holding Basra Daf Yudches. This is a repetition of the daf that was given on Shabbos. We started with Zayin with base a few lines from the bottom, basically 7 lines from the bottom. Toshma, the Gemara just brought in here in Mechlekes Avai and Rava. Are you allowed to put a bore? Are you allowed to put a pit next to someone else's pit? Next to someone else's property, if there's no other pit. Meaning, we know that a pit needs to have a distance between 2 pits. But let's say Reuven wants to dig a pit, and Shimon did not dig a pit. Can Reuven put his pit right next to the border because Shimon did not put a pit? So we have Mechlekes Avai and Rava. We want to say where exactly Mechlekes Avai and Rava applies. We had a Mechlekes. And what I was going to bring now, throughout basically the next daf, the whole daf, the ones that bring you rayas, to rayas in this Mechlekes, do we say that when something needs, when you don't have the other item, you don't have your friend is not having the pit, or can you actually put their hezek if it's not right now masik? Right, again, the Mechlekes will be person is making something that causes damage, but right now it's not damaging. Says the Gemara. Toshma sela abba b'yadayim. What's sela abba b'yadayim? You have a ground which is very soft. Each one digs his hole. Each one digs 3 tfachim and puts lime around it. So what do you see over here? More understands, each one does it and not together. They're doing it separately. So each one has to do 3 tfachim distance, even though there's no barn when he starts. So Babi Adayim is a very soft ground. If you dig it too close, the whole ground will collapse right away. What was even the Havamina? Babi Adayim Yitzchak. I'll tell you what we mean by Adayim. I would think maybe you need more distance than 3 tvachim. Maybe you need 6 tvachim. So Chiddush is 3 tvachim is good enough as well. Said the Gemara, Toshma, Marchiki, Misageves, Visazevel. We're going through our Mishnah right now. First has to take away the geves, the psoilus of olives, the zevel for the fertilizing material, es with the salt, as a seed, the lime, as a slime, the rocks, and you have to put a lime in it. Time because you have a wall over there. So that's why you have to do 3 tvachim. With no wall, I can do close. Question on Rava. So even without a koisa, you can't put it so close. What's the chiddush? That this ruined the koisa. I'm going to tell you that this material is bad for the koisa. It causes damage to the koisa. Toshma Mechidim says ruin the seeds, samach ratio, the plowing, the urine, mina koisa shlosh tzochim. Talmud they could have because there's a koisa. How like a koisa somich, no koisa you could put it close to it by, like a koisa namel somich. Can't do it. I want to tell you that this moisture, this liquids, ruin the koisa. So the rechaim, the grinder, you have the bottom stone, the top stone. The bottom stone is wider. To have 3 tvachim of the bottom stone, 4 tvachim in the top stone. Time because you have a wall. Without a wall, you can do it. So we'll like it. What's the chiddush? The vibration of the koisel, vibration of the land ruins the koisel. That's the chiddush. I'm just giving you a chiddush of what is affecting the koisel. So we learn the Mishnah that the tanur, according to Rashi, tanur is wide in the bottom and narrow in the top. According to Tosis, it's narrow in the bottom and top, and it's wide in the middle. You have to do 3 tvachim for the wide part, 4 tvachim from the narrow part. Tanur they get koisel because there's a wall. How they get koisel so if there's no wall, you make it close. What's the chiddush? The heat is a problem for the koisel. So till now, we just went through the Mishnah, all the cases of the Mishnah, to bring a raya from there. Tosh another raya. A person should not go and put a window, a store, a bakery, or a place where they sell dyes, under a storage of his friend. Not a place where you put cows. Not a pen, time of the because you have a storage. Halek or Ovid, that or you could do it. So more dir shani. Dir is different. What it means dir is different. So you have machlekes rishon. Rashi learned means the refis or the store, that's normal usage of a person. So meaning it's part of his living space. A person lives in a place, needs that place for cows, needs that place for his store. So that's why I allow you to do it if there's no storage above you. Masha'inkin, if it's not a living space, so you have to make it far away, like a bar, even if there's no bar there. The Rim Migash comes differently. He means Dir Shani refers to the oitzer. I'm saying like this: when you have an oitzer, you're not allowed to put there these items. But if it's not an oitzer, it's a dir, it's an apartment, you could do it because dir people don't change. That's why I could do it in a regular case. Says the Gemara, they cannot be right. The Tanya law, in my Rabbis Boka, because it was loitzer mutter. Says the Rabbis Boka came first as mutter. Mashra, here it's different. Why here it's different? It says Rashi, we didn't mention this stipulation in other cases, only in this case. So Rashi, this is the only case I have the stipulation. Why? Because here it's different. The Rashi says, the pshat is, why is we're saying till now questions are Rava. When it says koisel means the koisel is there. Rashi, the koisel is not there, you're allowed to do it. It says the oitzer, because the oitzer is there. If the oitzer is not there, you're allowed to do it. So why does the Bryce have to tell me that if the oitzer is not there, you're allowed to do it? That's the mashmos. You see from here that the deal that you're doing against Rav is not a good deal. Now here it's a point to mention, just to mention in short. The more you brought here a case that you could put here something, even though it's going to cause a nezek, dir or shani. We're going to get to the end of this sugya and we'll see that according to the Taisis, the most paskana is Rav holds like Abai, you always can do it close by, except by bar. So in the case that you can do close by, then the friend decides that he's going to do his own thing. Do you have to move it or not? So here's the machlekes we show you. The shittas, the Taisis, and others is that once you put it, the first one put it there, it's you don't have to move it out. Even though the friend comes and says, 1 second, I want to put it now. Too late. The Ramban learns that that he has to move it back. You're allowed to put it until your friend brings it. But once your friend wants to build it, you have to move it back. And the Rambam sheet is it depends if it's giri delay or not. Something we'll get to that chofei. If it's something where you're causing nezek, you're not causing nezek. So here the Achronim point out, what's the tzad according to Taiz that you always can leave it there? You're causing nezek to somebody else. Says Rebbe Ber, you see from here that this over here is not because of nezek. The reasoning of our Gemara is because of hilchus shchenim. Meaning, this is not going to be that you mask somebody else. But there's some deals, there's some dinim the Rabbanan gave how neighbors have to live with each other. You know, neighbors can be a very challenging experience. So Rabbanan gave us rules and regulations how to live with each other. This is one of them. And that's why sometimes, if one did it already, we don't have these rules. So a person should not plant a tree next to a field. And he leaves 4 am distance. This again, to work around the tree. We mentioned Karen, he says over here, because the Mesachas Kilayim says Karen. Says the Gemara, time with the Mishukadav is a Karen, not because you need to work around the field. Without that, you have roots that are going in and ruining it. Now you have also dinim because of Hilchos Kilayim, which we're not going to get into in the moment. It says, there's a rock separating the tree from the field. Says the Gemara, let's read the way that Yosef the Gillian says over here. If there's a fence, it's good enough. Also for Kilayim. So the Gemara also you have tzuno, you have over here a rock separating it. If you already have roots going into your friend, you dig down 3 tachim so you won't stop the plow. If there is a rock, my bar also, what is it doing there? You have a rock. If there's no rock, they have to go 3 tachim down to stop the plow. The Rishonim asked if it's no tsumo, so you're not allowed to put the tree. So why are you only taking the roots? Take the tree as well. Some Rishonim want to say because the tree was planted beheter. Different cases. Others, Tais brings over here that if he takes it, the tree has to pay him. For the roots going into the field, you have to pay him. And the Ramban brings that if you take the tree belongs to the owner of the tree. The roots don't belong to the owner of the tree. You make the tree go away from the bor 25 amo because of the roots. Time of the kabor, without a bor, you do close by. Again, question of the Rava. You don't put it close by. Till 25 amo, the shoshim hit the bar. More than that. Let's go to the next part. If the tree comes first, lo yikuts. If it was not close, what do you mean? We're talking about that that you anyway have to put the tree far away, so the tree will never reach the bar. So the one could do a papa lokach, chanam be lokach. We're talking about lokach. What's a lokach? So the Chodesh Rash is the exact case, but the idea is you have a person who owns a tree, owns a pit. He sold half of his field, and he kept the other half. So now it's close by. It's not a problem. What did he keep? Rashi says he kept for himself the tree. Torah says he kept for himself the bor. The tree is by the lokach. Mishro is the where you put the flax, water flax. You take it away from the vegetable. It ruins the vegetable. The creation or leaks, you take it away from the psolim, from onions. You take away the mustard from the bees. Time of the because there's vegetable. Without vegetable, you're not put it close by. So what do you see over here? You see that only if you have if there is something you have taken away. If not. He without the vegetable, you're not put it close by. You see from here, these things ruin the flax, ruins the vegetable, etc. Let's go to the next part. Of the Mishnah. He says you're allowed to put the mustard next to the bees. You tell me take away the mustard from the bees? Take your bees away from my mustard. They're eating my mustard. You're causing me damage. So if it's not close by, one of them was close first. So now we have here, so it says the Gemara, what's what lokach? Lokach means that someone, similar to what we said before, it was close by and he sold it. He sold his field with either beehive or with the mustard. Even lokach my time in the abundance. Why abundance say it's a problem? That's why he bought it. Oh, in my time in the WAC, I feel Mishabir Konami. Why is the WAC saying that they're only by is arguing only by the bees? In all the cases of the Mishnah, it should be okay. So something more. Now, Rashi's gear says, as we have over here, the side point. The one hold that anybody who damages, you have to take it away. So therefore the damager needs to move. Even though he was a lokech. Even though he bought the field. And that's how he bought it. He's causing damage, he has to go away. So the one that's what you want to tell me, the one who's damaged needs to move himself. So why does he agree with the vegetables that it's okay? Says the Gemara, why he agrees with vegetables? He agrees he have to move it away. If the Nizah has to be the one moving away. So he also agrees the mazik has to move. This is what basically telling me about it. Understand by the flax and the vegetable. I know the flax ruins the vegetable doesn't ruin the flax. And we talk about mustard and bees. They're rooting for each other. Each one is a mazik. The mazik has to go away, but here they're both a mazik. The one say no. The bees are not damaging the mustard. Why? If they're talking about the seeds, the bees cannot reach the seeds of the mustard. Even with the leaves, all the bari goes back. So they're arguing the mitzias. They say the bees are not mazik. So the more if somebody is a mazik, that's what. Rabbi holds that the mazik needs to move himself. Even if the pit comes before the tree, I don't have to take it away, the tree. Why? Because I don't have a din. The mazik has to move away. Says the more. So we're going back to our question. Why is Rabbi agreeing by the vegetables? So he holds that in all the cases of Mishnah, nobody has to move. I mean, if you want to move, the one who gets damaged should move. I hold the one who has to move is the one who's being damaged. Nobody has to move. According to you, you hold the mazik has to move. That's when we talk about the flax and the vegetable. I understand here, whoever's mazik needs to move according to you. We talk about mustard and bees. They're damaging each other. So why you say that the bees have to move? Sorry, why I say the mustard has to move? It's more of I failed to mention. What's the nezik that the mustard is causing the bees? It makes the bees eat the mustard. They get very hot, and then they go and eat, or they get very it's spicy. It hurts. It bothers them, and they go and eat their honey, and the honey is diminished. So the Gemara, the bees don't damage the mustard. Even if talk about the seeds, if you test them down, they don't find it. Even talk about the part, if it's the leaves, it'll grow back again. So that's what explains the machlokes of Rabbi Yisrael. Rabbi holds that they're damaging. Rabbi Yisrael holds only one of them is damaging. Rabbi Yisrael holds the both damaging. Even though Rabbi Yisrael himself holds, you don't go based on the mazik, you go based on the nizik. So we learn like Rashi. According to Rashi, the Gemara did not change too much in the sugya. The Gemara just brought a question. The Gemara says that it happens to be a mazik al hachik esatzma. Tosfos brings you the girsa that the Gemara said, once the Gemara brought the question, the Gemara said, Elo, and here the Gemara is going back for everything we said till now. Until now we learned, the Rava holds you never allowed to put a nezek even though the neighbor did not put his part yet. Says the Gemara, no, only someone who's mazik, someone who's causing actual damage. He is actively damaging. He's the only one who needs to be machik. If you're not actively damaging, even though your potential will damage later, then you don't have to be machik satzvah. Only by bar, because by bar, as we said before, any chisel you do in the land, you ruining the land. But not by bar, you don't have to be machik satzvah. Most choice bar from everything we said before. And Tosfos explains by that why the Gemara brings this Mishnah last. We shouldn't go in order; it should come before the previous question. So Tosfos because this changes the whole sugya. So here, according to Rava, is someone allowed to put something that damages his friend if his friend did not put his item there before? According to Rashi, Rava holds that you're not allowed to do it, even though maskana. According to Tosfos, Rava changed his mind. Only by bor you can't do it. The Rambam paskins that you're allowed to. So some according to he holds that Rava changed his mind. Some hold he's paskins like a buy in this case, even though usually we go with Rava. Here he paskins like a buy. Discussion why the Rambam says that. Just to mention again, when we're going back to the machlekes we mentioned in Amud Aleph, three-way machlekes. What happens if the thing was there before? By a dira, it can be different. When you have a dira could be something that even if it's there before, it can remain there. So dira is something like if the bar is something that you're not allowed to do even when it's alone. Other things, discussion, can you do it first or not? Dira, there may be a stipulation where a dira you could do before, if it's a mock dira, to do it before the guy put it, and then maybe you can remain with it according to some shittas in the Rishonim. Okay, so we'll stop over here, and everyone should have a wonderful week.